Hey everyone, big day for PC gamers out there.
Oh yeah, it is?
NVIDIA's brand new RTX 50 series GPUs are finally here.
The 5080 and the 5090.
Yep, and we're going to take a deep dive into all the launch details, especially for those of you thinking about going the pre-built PC route.
I think that's going to be a popular option,
For sure.
especially this time around.
Yeah, just a heads up, these pre-builts are starting at a surprisingly affordable price point.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Like $2,300.
For real.
For real. So yeah, we're going to break it all down for you. We've got some great insights from 9 to 5 Toys, their article from today, January 30th.
That's our main source for this deep dive.
Exactly, and it looks like both the standalone GPUs and the pre-built PCs officially went on sale today.
I saw a few pre-built PCs popping up already.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, definitely looks like it might be the way to go this time around.
Yeah, those stock shortages are probably going to be a nightmare.
Oh yeah, definitely a tradition at this point.
Right. But that's why we're focusing on pre-builts today.
Good idea.
They're not just a backup plan.
Yeah.
No, they're
Actually be a really great way to get your hands on the latest tech.
absolutely, and without the headache of trying to build a PC yourself in the middle of all the chaos.
Seriously.
Yeah,
And the prices on some of these pre-built systems are actually looking pretty good.
surprisingly competitive.
Yeah, I saw like $2,299.99
Right.
for a machine with an RTX 5080 in it.
That's wild.
It's pretty crazy, right?
Yeah.
Especially when you consider the kind of performance we're expecting from these new GPUs.
Okay, so let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's get into what makes these RTX 50 series cards so special.
So one of the biggest things is the ray tracing performance.
Oh yeah, I've been hearing about that.
Imagine playing a game
Uh-huh.
where the light behaves just like in real life,
Whoa.
reflecting off surfaces, creating these crazy realistic shadows and lighting effects.
That's got to be intense.
It is. It's pretty mind-blowing.
Wow.
And that's what ray tracing is all about.
Yeah.
And the RTX 50 series is really taking it to the next level.
So it's not just about, making the graphics prettier.
No, it's way more than that.
It's about making the whole gaming experience more immersive and realistic.
Exactly, like you're actually there.
Oh.
Yeah, and for those who are into those cinematic, story-driven games,
Yeah.
I think this is going to be huge for them.
Total.
And then you got the competitive gamers.
Right.
They're going to see some insane frame rate boosts.
Oh, even at higher resolutions, I bet.
Oh, yeah, even in 4K.
So smooth 4K gaming is finally a reality.
Finally.
It's about time.
It is.
So, okay, we've got the amazing visuals.
Huh.
We've got the crazy smooth frame rates.
Yeah.
But I'm curious about what's going on under the hood.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what makes these cards so much more powerful than the previous generation?
It all comes down to the new architecture NVIDIA's developed for these GPUs.
Okay.
They've actually incorporated something called dedicated AI cores.
What? AI?
Yeah.
AI.
In a GPU.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
So what do they actually do? Well, they basically act like specialized processors
Okay.
designed to handle those complex tasks related to artificial intelligence.
So these AI cores are making the GPUs work smarter.
Exactly.
Interesting.
And ultimately, that leads to a much bigger performance boost.
Okay. I mean, I'm all for AI taking over,
Uh-huh.
but really, how does this translate into a better experience for gamers and content creators?
Well, for gamers, it means games can be rendered with way more detail and complexity
Okay.
without having to sacrifice any performance.
That's awesome.
And for content creators, think faster rendering times for videos,
Okay.
3D models, all those graphics-intensive projects.
So it's like a win-win for everyone.
Yeah, essentially, these AI cores are helping to push the boundaries of what's possible in visual computing.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
Okay, so we've talked about all this amazing new tech,
Uh-huh.
but let's bring it back to those pre-built PCs.
Yeah.
Why are we saying they might be the best bet for getting your hands on this tech?
Well, it all boils down to supply and demand.
Ah, the classic problem.
All right. These new GPUs are going to be in high demand.
For sure.
And there's a good chance we're going to see those stock shortages.
Yeah, especially in the early days of the launch.
Definitely. And pre-built PCs, they often have a more stable supply chain.
That makes sense.
Manufacturers can secure components in bulk ahead of time,
Oh, that's a good point.
so they're more likely to have systems ready to go.
So it's like pre-ordering a concert ticket,
Yeah. Exactly.
You're guaranteed a spot even if the show sells out.
That's a great analogy.
So, okay, let's say you're convinced a pre-built PC is the way to go.
Uh-huh.
What should you actually be looking for?
Well, the 9to5 Toys article actually lists a few standout models.
Oh, perfect. Let's hear it.
There's this CyberPower PC with an Intel Ultra 7 265KF processor.
Whoa, hold on.
Right.
Before we get into all the specific models and specs,
Okay.
I think it's important to understand why certain specs even matter.
Good point.
Like, why is that Intel Ultra 7 265KF a good choice for gamers?
Okay, so the Intel Ultra 7 265KF.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a great choice for gamers because of its super high clock speed.
Okay.
And clock speed is basically how fast the CPU can process information.
So the higher the clock speed, the better.
Yeah, basically the faster everything runs.
Gotcha.
And for gamers, that means smoother gameplay.
Especially in those fast-paced action games.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So it's not just about having, like, the latest generation of CPU.
No, it's not.
It's about understanding what those specs actually mean.
Exactly.
For your gaming experience.
You got it. Okay, so back to that CyberPower PC model. What else does it have to offer besides that Intel Ultra 7?
So along with the Intel Ultra 7 265KF,
Yeah.
it comes with 32 GB of RAM, a 2 TB storage drive,
Nice.
and of course the star of the show.
The RTX 5080.
You got it.
All for just $2,320.
That's a steal.
That's a pretty sweet deal.
It is.
What other pre-built PCs are catching your eye? There was one that caught my eye.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Asus ROG 700.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one. Similar specs to that CyberPower PC we just talked about. The Intel Core Ultra 7.
Okay.
32 gigs of RAM, 2 terabytes of storage.
Yep.
But it's a little bit pricier.
How much?
$2,400.
Okay.
And then for those who really want to push the limits, there's a high-end CyberPower PC option with the Intel Ultra 9 285K processor.
Oh, the Ultra 9.
Yeah, Ultra 9, another CPU. Got to break this down for the listeners.
Yeah.
What makes this Ultra 9 different from the Ultra 7?
Okay, so think of it this way.
Okay.
If the Ultra 7 is like a sports car, the Ultra 9 is like a Formula One race car.
Whoa, okay.
It's designed for the absolute highest level of performance.
Wow.
We're talking even faster clock speeds.
Okay.
More processing cores.
So if you want like the absolute best of the best, and you're willing to pay a premium, the Ultra 9 is the way to go.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And this particular CyberPower PC model, it's decked out.
Let's hear it.
64 gigabytes of RAM, 4 terabyte storage drive.
What?
On top of the line RTX 5090.
Okay, that's a serious machine.
It is. How much is this one?
$4,500.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It's a serious investment.
It is, but you're getting a lot for your money.
Yeah, no doubt it's going to be an absolute beast.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so we're talking all these specs.
Yeah.
Some of our listeners might be wondering, you know, do I really need all this power?
That's a good question.
Like, is it worth going all out on the most expensive pre-built PC? Or is there, like, a sweet spot, you know?
It really depends on what you plan to use the PC for.
Okay.
If you're mainly playing games at 1080p resolution, you probably don't need a top-of-the-line system with an RTX 5090.
Okay.
An RTX 5080 would be more than enough.
Gotcha.
But if you're dreaming of 4K gaming with all the bells and whistles, or you're doing like professional-level content creation, then those higher-end systems might be worth considering.
So it's all about finding the right balance for your needs.
And your budget.
And your budget.
Now, speaking of needs, let's talk about how these new GPUs are going to impact different types of users.
Okay.
We've been focusing a lot on gamers.
Yeah.
But what about content creators?
Oh, yeah. Good point.
How are these cards going to change the game for folks who are into video editing, 3D modeling, graphic design?
This is where the RTX 50 series really shines.
Okay.
We talked about those dedicated AI cores earlier.
Right.
And they play a huge role in accelerating those creative workflows.
Interesting.
Things like video rendering, 3D modeling. They could take a long time.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Even on really powerful systems.
Hours and hours.
Right.
Right.
But with these new GPUs, creators can expect some pretty significant reductions in rendering times.
So no more staring at a progress bar for like an entire day?
Well, it'll never be instant.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a lot faster.
I can imagine.
And beyond just speed,
these
cards unlock new creative possibilities. Yeah, so the improved ray tracing capabilities, for example, allow for some incredibly realistic lighting and reflections in 3D scenes.
Wow.
And that can really elevate the quality of animations and visual effects.
It's amazing to think about how this technology is pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
It really is.
Not just in gaming, but in all sorts of creative fields.
And we're just scratching the surface of what these new GPUs can do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What else do they have up their sleeves?
Okay, so one of the coolest new features, it's called DLSS 3.
DLSS3.
Yeah, it stands for Deep Learning Super Sampling.
What?
AI again.
It's an AI-powered upscaling technology.
Okay, I'm a little lost.
Yeah.
What does upscaling even mean?
Okay, so imagine you're playing a game at 4K resolution.
Okay.
But your PC is struggling to keep up.
Yeah.
To maintain a good frame rate.
Right.
DLSS3 can actually upscale the game from a lower resolution, let's say 1440p, to 4K.
While still keeping that amazing image quality.
Really?
Yeah. And in some cases, it can even enhance the details.
So it's like magic.
Pretty close.
You get the visuals of 4K without the performance hit.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
It's a game changer for gamers who want the best of both worlds.
For sure.
Stunning visuals, smooth gameplay.
Okay, so we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we have.
The initial excitement, the specs, the potential impact on gaming content creation. But there's one big question we haven't really addressed yet.
Okay, what's that?
How do you actually get your hands on one of these systems?
That's the million-dollar question.
Right.
Yeah.
As we said earlier, pre-built PCs might be the most reliable way to go.
At least at first.
Yeah, in the short term.
Yeah.
That 9 to 5 Toys article is a good starting point.
Definitely.
For finding those pre-builts.
Yeah.
And they're going to be updating it regularly as new models come out.
That's right.
So bookmark that article.
Yeah.
Keep hitting that refresh button.
It's going to be like a digital Black Friday out there.
I can imagine.
But for those who are willing to put in the work, the reward will be totally worth it.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
To snag one of these RTX 50 series PCs.
Totally. But any other tips for navigating this launch?
Well, I think patience is going to be key.
Yeah, definitely going to be a little bit of a whirlwind.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Especially with how high demand is going to be.
Definitely my advice would be to sign up for those email alerts.
Yeah, from the retailers.
Yeah, Amazon, Newegg, Best Buy.
Good idea.
Definitely follow NVIDIA's social media channels.
Yeah, for sure.
And maybe even set up some stock tracking alerts.
Oh, using like a service.
Yeah, nowinstock.net is a good one.
Okay, cool. So basically just be ready to hit that add to cart button.
Oh, yeah, as soon as you see it.
Lightning fast.
It's going to be a digital stampede.
Yeah, but I think it'll be worth it.
Oh, yeah, definitely worth it.
For those who are willing to put in the effort.
To snag one of these RTX 50 series PCs.
For sure.
And, you know, even if you're not planning to buy one right away, it's still pretty cool to see how this all plays out.
Yeah, it's like a glimpse into the future of PC gaming.
Exactly. Content creation.
Totally. Okay, so before we wrap things up, let's do a quick recap.
Okay.
What are the key takeaways here?
All right, so first off, the RTX 5080 and 5090.
Yeah.
Major leap forward in GPU technology.
For sure.
Huge performance gains. Stunning ray tracing.
Amazing visual.
For both gamers and content creators.
Exactly. And while actually getting your hands on a standalone card.
Yeah.
Could be tough at first.
Yeah, might be a challenge.
Pre-built PCs are a really strong option.
Definitely a great alternative.
They offer some pretty competitive pricing.
Yeah, surprisingly competitive.
Especially when you consider you're getting a complete system.
Ready to go right out of the box.
No hassle.
No hassle.
Plus, they're probably going to be easier to get.
Definitely more readily available than those standalone GPUs.
At least at first.
Especially at first.
And don't forget that 9 to 5 Toys article.
Yes, that's a great resource.
They'll be keeping it updated with all the latest models and deals.
Definitely bookmark that one.
This whole launch, it really makes you think.
It does.
With these new GPUs pushing the limits like this, what does it mean for the future of gaming?
Right. Like, are we going to see even more immersive, realistic virtual worlds?
It's mind-blowing.
What about the impact on other fields, you know, like scientific research or medical imaging?
It's crazy to think about.
It is.
I feel like we're on the verge of something really big.
A whole new era of computing.
Yeah.
One thing's for sure.
It's that.
It's going to be an exciting ride.
Absolutely. All right. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the RTX 50 series launch.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Keep those refresh buttons ready.
Good luck out there, everyone.
And happy gaming.